Hi, I'm Don from DonDronesOn. A couple of days ago, I published this video called Mother Nature Did What? Showing the strange pattern of holes all over Beaver Lake. So many people have asked about how they formed, I thought I would share my theory. And no, it wasn't aliens. So first of all, a few factoids that provide some clues. On Monday, December the 12th, the lake was still 90% open water. I put out a video called First Ice of 2022 that showed that. The next morning, though, the lake was completely frozen over, but obviously with just a very thin crust. I did a quick flight on Wednesday, December the 14th, and you can see it was smooth and crisp, and kind of boring for a video, which is why I never published it. On Friday, December the 16th, we got a few inches of very heavy wet snow, and then a bit more overnight. The snow on the trees was gorgeous that morning, and that's really what I was filming on the morning of Saturday the 17th. These holes were just a fluke, and it was easy to put the video out, so there you have it. I'll get the Winter Wonderland video out in a few days. So what do we know? Thin crust of ice, maybe an inch thick after only 4 or 5 days of freezing, with a slap of heavy snow on top. In these pictures, anything white is snow. The dark patches are either bare ice or actually water on top of the ice soaked into the snow. And the darker it is, the more wet it is. And by the way, these holes and things aren't from springs or swamp gas or stuff like that. This is out in the middle of North Beaver Lake where it's 30 to 40 feet deep. What I think happened was the weight of the snow caused stress fractures all over the lake. We've seen these other years and they create pretty much the same patterns each time. A bit of water seeped out of those cracks, soaked the snow, and caused the broad dark lines that we can see. But what about the holes? Well, this is where I may be getting out on thin ice, if you pardon the expression. Ice is flexible and moves up and down quite a bit. If you think of it like the top surface of a drum, you can imagine surface waves moving across the ice sheet as stresses are applied. Maybe those stresses were from wind, or maybe just from the sudden cracking all over the place. But I'm thinking ripples of ice moving up and down were traveling across the lake. Now, if you look at this freeze frame, you can see regular dark bits followed by whiter bits all the way along the broad crack line, exactly like a wave pattern you'd see in a physics textbook. The dark areas are wetter and lower. The white parts are higher. But why are there holes on the high white parts? So maybe, and I'm just guessing, the cracks became a bit more open at these crests. More water came through, expanding them into larger holes, and the bullet hole fracture lines around the holes are just where the water trickled out. Oh, and then the aliens landed and sucked all the fish out of our lake. Anyway, that's my theory. If you have a better explanation, drop it in the comments. In the meantime, I better get back to editing that Winter Wonderland before Christmas. Thanks for watching.